Hey, KB with you, and here is After the Facts for UFC 261, which was absolutely an incredible night. A lot of crazy things happened. First and foremost, I want to say that I really do hope Chris Weidman is okay. Definitely thinking a lot about him. I was sitting next to the octagon when he fought Anderson Silva, and that happened, and it was horrifying. For it to come back around and for that to happen to Chris, I think is just awful, and I hope that he's okay. But with that said, let's move on because there was a lot of interesting things at UFC 261. So the gate, I'll give you the gate on this one too because it's the first time we had fans back. $3.32 million. They broke the arena record there for the V-Star down there in Jacksonville. Attendance was 15,259. Fight of the night, I'm apologizing if I'm saying this wrong, Ara Keeling versus Molina. And performance bonuses are going to Kamaru Usman and Rose Namajunas. Those were incredible wins. All right, so when we talk about Kamaru Usman, now he's on the second longest active win streak in the UFC. He's got 14 wins in a row. The only other person that had more than that was Anderson Silva, and he had 16. Moving down to Thug Rose's win, which was really incredible with that head kick knockout over Zhang Weili. She is the first woman to recapture a UFC title. Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, and Joanna Jędrzejczyk tried to get their titles back, but did not do so successfully, but Rose has done that. It is her fifth finish now, so that is the most in strawweight history, and it is she's the eighth person to win a title fight by head kick. The other people to do that were Silva, GSP, Barao, Nunes, TJ Dillashaw, Holly Holm, and Valentina Shevchenko. All right, so maybe I'll do just hit pause on these screen grabs, folks. I'm starting to get better at my graphics. I'm really doing what I can. All right, moving down to Valentina Shevchenko. This woman is just so incredible. So that was the ninth KO or TKO from a crucifix in the entire UFC history. It's the fourth in a UFC title fight, and it's the second one from Valentina in a UFC title fight. The only two other people to have finished a title fight via crucifix were DC and Matt Hughes. So it's amazing that Valentina has done it twice. The other time she did it was against Caitlin Chukagian. Valentina also did get 7 takedowns in this fight. It is a single fight record for the flyweight division. And remember, this only went a round and a half, basically. And it is the 7th flyweight win. That is her 7th flyweight win. And that is actually the most wins in flyweight history by one person. So there you go. The champ, Valentina, is just absolutely incredible. Also, when I talk about the title fight wins, she's on the list for the people with the most title fight wins in all of the UFC. John Jones has the most with 14, Amanda Nunes with 9, Jose Aldo with 8, Valentina Shevchenko has 6, as does Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Stipe Miocic. So those are the most title fight wins. So up there, let me do this before I move on to Uriah Hall. Okay, so Uriah Hall, as I mentioned, the incident with Chris breaking his leg. So technically, though, it does go down in the record books as a TKO finish for Uriah Hall. So it is the 8th KO or TKO for him. It does tie Anderson Silva and Thiago Santos for the most in UFC middleweight history. I will say this, though, in the notes afterwards, Uriah was saying he's not really counting that as a win. You know, he doesn't feel that. And he was saying he was actually very nervous before this fight. And he hadn't been really that nervous in a long time. A lot of interesting things going on because, of course, that was a rematch and that was the first person who had beaten him. So a lot going on for Uriah Hall there. But there you go. There's those facts. And, okay, so a few more things now. I have to read these. Okay, so Anthony Smith, my homie from my work there at the UFC desk, was awesome. Obviously, Kamaru too. I mean, it makes me very nervous watching my homies work when they work. You know what I mean? Go making that walk. It's very crazy. But Anthony Smith, so that was his 6th finish in light heavyweight. So that's the most finishes in the division since 2018, and that's when Anthony moved up from middleweight to light heavyweight. So he's got the most finishes since 2018 with 6. Brendan Allen, they technically are calling that an ankle lock submission. Initially on the broadcast, I believe they were saying it was a heel hook. But when we get all our facts and figures, they're saying they're technically calling that one an ankle lock. And it is only the 9th ankle lock submission victory in UFC history. Moving on to Molina. Now, this was incredible. So 189 significant strikes. That is now a single fight record for flyweights. And he landed the flyweights, Figueiredo and Moreno landed 137 at UFC 256. So as you can see, 189 is significantly more significant strikes than 137. So listen, also in one round, he landed 127 significant strikes. So that's the third most in a single round. I bet you can guess who has the second most and the most. It's the same dude, Maxi Baby, Max Holloway. The most in a single round is 141. He landed that against Calvin Kattar. Prior to that, he landed 134 against Brian Ortega. So Maxi Baby is the man when it comes to significant strikes. But Molina in the record books now as well. A lot of facts there on that one. I understand if you can't read it all. So anyway, there you have it for UFC 261. I am back in the saddle for next week when we got light heavyweights in the main event. And really looking forward to that one. So remember, after the facts, I do these after all of the UFC events. Tomorrow, Angela and I will be doing a new What Had Happened Was with lots of stuff to talk about. So hopefully you can check that out as well. And also I put out a video asking who you guys think are the best, four best welterweights. If there was a welterweight Mount Rushmore, and I'm guessing now maybe some of you will just come off it and just put Kamaru on there because he is incredibly good. So maybe check that video out as well and let me know your thoughts. But anyway, that's after the facts. See you on the next one.